Yes. So, as I said, potential resources are one of the are one of which we have insufficient knowledge, number one, or we do not have the technology to exploit them at present. Like on the basis of ownership, resources can be classified as individual, community, national, and international. I told you this before from my notes. I told you. Now, labor or human resources. In economics, labor or human resources refer to the human effort in the production of goods and rendering of services. Human resources also can be defined in terms of skill, energy, talent, abilities, or knowledge. Okay? In a project management context, if I say a project management, what's a project management? It's a practice of leading work of a team to achieve goals and meet success criteria at a specified time. The primary idea of the project management is to achieve all of the project goals within the given constraints. Correct? So, human resources are those employees responsible for undertaking the activities defined in the project plan. That is project management. So, human resources come into it. Now, we come to capital and infrastructure. It refers to actually already produced durable goods used in production of goods and services. Now, in social studies, capital refers to already produced durable goods. What are durable goods? Durable goods, or a hard good, or a consumer durable, is a good that does not quickly wear out. Or more specifically, I can say that one that yields utility over time rather than being completely consumed in one use. Bricks could be considered as a perfectly durable goods. Durable goods used in the production of goods or services. Now, goods are humans' wants and provide utility. For example, to a consumer making a purchase of satisfying product. Okay. A common distinction is made between goods which are transferable and services and which are not transferable. So, in making goods, we have to use those durable goods, or we provide any services. Okay. In essence, the capital refers to human-made resources creating using knowledge and expertise based on utility to perceived value. Common examples of capital or infrastructure include buildings, that durable good is needed, bricks, machinery, railways, roads, and ships. As resources, capital goods may not be significantly consumed, though they may depreciate in the production process, and they are typically or limitedly capacity or unavailable used for by others. Depreciate is, if you are driving a car, the tires are burning off, it decreases its value asset. Production process is while making machinery, your machines are also producer involving chemical, physical, electrical, or mechanical steps. Manufacturing of an item or items usually carried out on a very large scale industrial process are the key of components to heavy industry. They also have a depreciation, which are limited for a limited capacity and it cannot be used by others again. Okay. Whereas tangible resources such as equipment have an actual physical existence. Intangible resources such as corporate images, brands, patents, and other intellectual properties exist in abstraction. A lot of things are there. Now, resources versus reserves. Three characteristics have been proposed to distinguish between resources and reserves. Reserves are potential means for future use, or resources are for immediate use. Reserves, potential means for future use. Resources are immediate use. Potential means are reserves for future use. Sufficient resources are given at a given development period are necessary condition for the constitution and maintenance of reserves. Now we don't have the correct infrastructure to maintain those reserves, the potential means for future use. It does not make any sense. So that resources we need to serve the reserves. The function of resources is to ensure the daily or short-term functioning of individuals. The function of reserves is to protect against shocks or against negative effect of aging. Okay, so we'll keep it till here today, and in the next class I'll come back with it and I'll explain it to you. So next class we are going to do use and sustainable development, how to use it and sustain it. Various problems relate to the usage of resources: environmental degradation, overconsumption, resource curse, resource depletion, tragedy of the commons, myth of superabundance. The myth of superabundance is, oh, there is lots, don't have to worry, sand, we'll get all sand, no problem, the sea is there, sand is there. No, all sea sands do not work to make buildings. Sea sands have got salt, it will crack your building, it will crack your growth of the basement, it will crack the base. We cannot use sea sand to, we can use river sand to build. Okay, so I am not going into that part, where the land resources types, the land resources I'll give to you in details. I want to finish this natural resources properly. Like I have the land resources of India, generally I have it, the national resources, then the land resources of of India. So that we know, we'll come to know that, but actually what is this resources all about, I was wanting to explain it to you. Then we have various benefits if we use the resources wisely. What is that? Economic growth, ethical consumerism and prosperity, quality of life, sustainability and wealth. Okay, so these are the points I want to discuss with you in the next class, and I hope I'll be able to explain it to you. It will make sense of resource and reserve and what is biotic and abiotic. That comes into that point. So it's just not those two words, biotic and abiotic. Now we have to maintain those abiotic and biotic so that we can live in a better place and live in this better world to live in. It will be a better place to live in actually, sorry. It will be a better place to live in. So guys, take care of yourself and I'll meet you in the next class. Keep rocking and keep strong, keep on practicing. Like we are having online classes of your studies, but your taekwondo is also missing, right? So I am a very hard supporter of physical activities. If you are physically not fit, you are mentally not fit. If you are mentally not fit, no use of online classes. So put away your mobile, put away your phone for some time and get into some physical activity. You will sweat, you will feel hungry, you will burn calories and you will have that energy come back. You have to waste energy to gain energy. Okay, like we burn coal in the coal engine, we are using that energy for the train to run faster. We are burning something to get something. So we have to do that. Okay, so take care, respect your parents, be good and do whatever you want after your studies, and please stay away from your mobile for some time. Okay. Best of luck. See you soon. God bless.